Hey guys, Type here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We're on Langreskaya. Today's pointing in the south, we've got Elpern playing as COH2, and his leader is Grand Offensive, Elite Armour, and Luftwaffe Ground Forces. Myself gets him in the north, we have IncaUna playing as the Brits, and straight away locking into Lease Assault. Going for an assault section. It's the second squad he builds. Let's see how he gets on with it. In terms of rankings, Elpern, I think, was around rank 35 and IncaUna was around rank 25. So a pretty tight matchup, pretty high ranking as well. So no early aggression here from Stern Pioneers from Elpern. Just playing it cool, wiring off some cover here. Interesting wire off though. Going for the light cover out on the edge rather than the heavy cover positions over here. Which is probably more common, I would say. Oof, unfortunately he does take a decent chunk of damage getting into heavy cover there. That will probably cause them to lose, especially with model getting sniped early on like that. So Elpern decides to pull back slightly. Meanwhile, assault sections coming through in the center, forcing away another squad of Volksgrenadiers. So a bit of a tough start here for Elpern. Soft retreating back to this point to capture it. Very early on in Langreskaya, it's like a battle for this this point here. So the south player can get control of it, you know, then they have some extra territory, some extra options coming out the side. Can be pretty strong for them, but back the other way. North player gets control of it, then they can just like lock the south player out from really effectively pushing on that side of the map. So yeah, pretty tightly contested there in the early game. Elpern taking it and then forfeiting it to IncaUna. Which is interesting. Sandbags interrupted there. And now we've got three Volks pushing down the center. We did see a lock into Elite Armour here, which usually is accompanied by a fast 221. But not on this occasion. Going for another squad of Volksgrenadiers here. The other option will be to put down the tech truck and then go for the 221, or build the tech truck rather, not put it down. I need to put it down until you need to upgrade the 223, so to the 223. Okay, and IncaUna not hanging around, taking up pretty early on and getting himself out in an assault officer now, instead of going for maybe another squad of the assault sections, which is kind of interesting. He rates them pretty highly, the officer at least.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
But it does seem a little bit strange to me going for the officer when you have the assault sections available. Speaking of, he's upgraded one of them with the Thompsons.
An engineer unit is ready for action.
I could see, you know, maybe using it more against Osir if you really want the recon plane, which can be really helpful against them. I feel like it's a little bit less important against COH2. A couple mines down here from Elpern. There we go. Lures one of those squads into. Might have been able to win the fight if he just stayed behind light cover now. Oh, not manages to bait the second squad in, and IncaUna falling for both of those baits. Alright. Jumps into the building. This is a nice position for him. He's got another squad on the outside as well, spitting out some extra damage onto these squads. And throws an incendiary grenade out there. Pretty easily avoided, and maybe even doing a little bit of damage to his units inside the building there. Probably should be focusing the squad on the outside here instead of the one inside the building. And now we've got a squad coming in from the rear. This engagement just going horribly wrong for IncaUna. Some destroy on the far flank. So that's just like a full retreat with everything here. That is very, very bad for him after a pretty decent start. And now we see Alpern going for the 221. This is very late. You would see it much earlier than this.
Target captured. No enemy contact.
And this is how it works, right? You just need the truck out, and then you plant it down to go for the 223 upgrade. It's been a while since I played this commander, but 90% sure that's how it goes. IncaUna cancelled the AT gun, now reproducing it. And he's got a tough go, pushing into all these units behind heavy cover, waiting for him. Okay, making use of the officer charge here to sprint the assault section in. Interesting tactic. Maybe that's why he's so fond of the officer. Oh. It's on the far side, he's not paying attention. Okay, should be alright. Here we go. 223 is upgraded. Alpern getting in there, getting some damage done. Trying to avoid the engineers in the center. We've got the AT gun coming out to the side though. And 223 pulling back, switching sides a little bit. Still hasn't taken any damage yet.
Point captured. Good work, everybody.
Oh, bad time to pack up the AT gun. Could have got a shot in already. Setting up again now. And connecting. Stern Pioneers are nearby, but they're pretty low, down to 2 models, so repairs from them will be pretty slow. Looks like he's just going for a hard retreat. Repair up at the base now. Medics are complete for Alpern as well. He's got that healing coming through. And then going pushing his way back onto the map. Not going for an AEC though, which is very strong. Against the 223, just going for a Vickers now. Instead, still no 5-man upgrade either. He does have only 2 squads, I suppose, of sections that will benefit from it, as well as the engineers.
A capture point is being overrun.
So maybe he's just trying to go with like a no 5-man type strategy. Ooh, Gammon ball onto the door. And he gets the kill because of it. Nicely done there by IncaUna. Two, 2, 3. Oh my! Very, very lucky that shot missed. It's a risk you take, leaving it on the battlefield. 1 shot from death. Meanwhile, we've got some folks coming in on the rear, trying to get some flank action. They're hiding behind this bush here. Got on top of the cutoff, but because the center is in control, IncaUna, he's not actually cut off here, so it's not really too impactful.
Ready to fire. We're being hit. We take the point, sir.
And there we go.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
And he connects it before he loses control of the center.
The enemy cut our supply
Didn't
line.
amount to too much there for Alpern. But yeah, extremely lucky he didn't lose his 223 earlier. Oh, okay, gets out of there. Full retreat there as well. Yeah, usually how elite armor goes is that you get out the 221 very early on, you do some damage, great to the 223, do some more damage, then at some stage pull it back and use it as a cache. But maybe not in this circumstance, because IncaUna, hasn't gone for a light vehicle of his own, so there's nothing really countering the 223 that badly right now. Still very valuable as a combat unit, especially when he went for a Raketin, potentially to protect the 223. But is not up against any light vehicles, so now Alpern is essentially like 1 squad down on the battlefield.
Your forces have
So he
constructed a
needs
company command post.
the combat strength from the 223, otherwise he would get overwhelmed. And down a Schwer here covering the cutoff. Yeah, the good thing about this commander for Elpern is it doesn't have like a huge off map in it. So it's not going to get bombed out by some crazy artillery.
Command half-track has been permanently established as a static post.
But yeah, it's always maybe part of the issue with going for the 221/223. It can't really protect itself against any other light vehicles, so you're kind of forced into going for a Raketin. And if your opponent... Oh boy.
Panzer commanders are now on standby for field
Trouble
operation.
here. Okay. Can't get the wipe.
Ready for battle!
But yeah, you're kind of forced into going for a Raketin to help protect this against any opposing light vehicles, but then if your opponent does decide to not get a light vehicle to counter it, you've kind of got this Raketin just taking out pop cap. And you are down on combat strength. And look at this IncaUna now going for a Raketin. I mean, a Cromwell. So this is going to give the Raketin something to fire at, but that's a really fast Cromwell. And that's one of the benefits of not going for the 5-man, and not going for the AC. You can get out a super fast medium tank, which is one of the more popular strategies now, post Brits changes. And Elpern has invested a lot into tech himself, putting down the Shreya. So waiting for that to reap rewards. He's put down the 223 on the munitions point as well, so that's going to give him a lot more munitions. But not anything else. Gee, I mean, he's already got quite a lot of munitions. I suppose he hasn't gone for any weapon upgrades yet. Maybe that's why it's looking like that might be a bad idea, but now upgrading 2 Folks, it looks like. Should probably prioritize the over LMG though, over STGs on the Folks. Here we go, Cromwell coming through, looking for the kill on the 223. Raketin is there, 223 having trouble getting out, but does. Oh, and Raketin connecting again. Now pulling back, 223 out there doing some damage. And the Shredder maybe going to save the day, getting some crucial suppression in. Fox are going to escape, very, very close call. What? AT gun all the way back. If he just pushed it up through the center here, could have easily got the kill on the 223. Bit of a mistake there from IncaUna. Should have got the kill there. Co-force with the Obus, but yeah, without the LMG, that is not as scary. Oof, narrowly avoids taking that grenade damage there. And now IncaUna is sitting pretty. Triple cap going. Elpern under a lot of pressure. Going for an infantry support gun here, which is interesting. Generally a pretty good option against Brits, but you know, he has gone for an assault section and the assault officer. Not as static as a lot of other players, going for like 4 or 5 Tommies. I suppose he is up against a machine gun. And yeah, this is a scenario where using the 223 marginal in its effectiveness. You know, he's kind of boxed out on one side of the map by the Cromwell, AT gun on the other, so there's not much room for the 223 to maneuver. I think this is a situation where you just put it down on standard territory point in a very safe position and get the increased income from it, because he is struggling a little bit for income. If he did put it down on a fuel point earlier, or like even a standard territory point earlier, might already be there for a tank. Squad down there though, grenade going
Downed
off.
enemies trying to take a point from us.
And here comes the 223 again. One of the issues, of course, is that every time 223 takes damage, he's having to use his Stern Pioneers to repair it, so they're not on the battlefield.
At the moment.
Getting in the fights, doing the sweeping, doing some nice sweeping here though. Spotting a couple of mines. Kitten is nearby, Cromwell sees that, still decides to engage, Kitten pushing forwards. Sets up. Doesn't quite get the shot off. Doesn't sweep this other mine here. Looks like he's barraging it with infantry support gun.
Trying to take one of our points.
Kitten all still pushing forwards. Gonna find the Cromwell here. Oh, just out of range. Coming forwards. Inching. Packing up. There we go. Takes care of the mine. Connects with the Cromwell. Forces that away. But IncaUna just coasting at the moment. In a really nice setup position. Just about there for another tank. Probably the safest pass right now would be path. Right now. Would be to go hammer. Pick up a comet.
We're losing a capture point.
So we'll see what he opts for, and it's going to be hammer. The thing about the comet, it's just so strong against medium tanks like the Panzer IV. So Elpern's next tank is effectively already going to be semi-countered. In this case, he has gone for elite armor, so he does have access to the heat rounds, which does make Panzer IV a lot more effective against the Comet. But still, it's still a good matchup for the Comet. Another benefit of the Comet, of course, is having extra health and armor, meaning it's less likely to die to like a ambush from double Raketens, which we do see Elpern picking up a second Raketen now. Grenade in, but pretty easily avoided. I was looking for the kill. IncaUna here outnumbered. Ultimately bleeding quite a lot of manpower here as well. Looks like he's going to try to use smoke to capture the center, which is a good idea.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Cromwell is watching over. So it's the AT gun, no, but narrowly avoided. Rotating now. Panzer IV through the center. In fact, we've got a second AT gun out there for IncaUna. Oh, but there's double Raketens. Cromwell in some trouble. War speeding out. I think that might have been an attack ground even. Nicely done there for Elpern. And the Cromwell goes down, man. That's the power of the double AT gun. So effective at knocking out those medium tanks. And now Elpern setting up the 223 on the far fuel point here, so looking to get more and more fuel. But he's training out on the VP still. And he's got the infantry support gun, but it does take a while for the shells to land. And often at this kind of rank, players are pretty good at noticing when their squads are getting targeted and dodging before the shells even start to land. So especially if it's a bit of a slow pace to the match like this one, there's not like constant action going on all across the map. It's reasonably easy to avoid a lot of damage from the infantry support gun just by repositioning, moving from cover to cover. Foxtrot is closing in here under the cover of smoke. Senior grenade in. Decent damage. Assault section coming around the corner. P4 on the far side. Trying to avoid the double AT guns, which is a good idea. And maybe even looking for the wipe here. Oh, very close to triggering that mine. Very close to the mine still. Wants to get the wipe. Very, very close call. AT guns sitting up, looking for some attack grounds through the shrubs. Unsuccessful. Now P4 coming through the center. Some attack ground action of its own. Double Raketens Clearing off the sandbags in the centre. And yeah, Comet coming through for IncaUna. Let's see what that can do. Elpern with a decent chunk of manpower right now. There's a couple options. It could be like another infantry support gun. It seems insane, but he is kind of up against a rather static IncaUna. Also could go for another squad of ogres. A little bit more anti-infantry firepower will go a long way. Especially if they manage to get a flank off. Gapping in the centre under the cover of smoke. P4 going for some attack ground shots through that smoke. Oh, but the smoke kind of clears out a little bit. AT guns returning fire. Got some squads coming down the flank as well. But there's the Comet. Assault section almost going down. Oh, very close, but huge grenade. Okay, that was from the assault officer. A lot of damage as well. P4 still staying on the offensive. It's still pretty healthy. Is exposing its rear to the Comet. Luckily, IncaUna once again not pushing forwards with his AT guns here. If he pushed them further forwards into the middle, could have been putting a lot of pressure onto the P4. Instead, gets one round of AT attack ground shots off and then pulls back. But yeah, if he pushed forwards with the AT guns, could have got 2 rounds of shots off, maybe not even had to use attack ground there. Could have potentially got the kill, but decently lucky bounces so far from that Panzer IV. Okay, we've got the IR searchlight coming in for Elpern. This is the first time I've seen it in a 1v1 since the changes. Maybe not. I think I have faced it myself actually, but in terms of casting I'm pretty sure this is. And that should allow the infantry support gun to be a lot more effective, not constantly having to guess at what's firing on. Can make use of the auto fire to target some of these team weapons capped in the centre here. So I'm interested to see how it gets on in this match. Trading blows through the trees. The T-gun changes directions. But Elpern packing up in the nick of time, and wow, going for a Sturm Tiger here. Unexpected. I was thinking maybe King Tiger. Okay.
One of our officers has fallen in battle.
Whoa! I don't think we got the full effects of the Sturm Tiger there, but it looks like it took down the assault officer. So a good start there for Elpern's Sturm Tiger. And now the IR searchlight providing some nice sight. Maybe inch forwards a little bit with the ISG as well. Tighten up some of the scatter on its shots. Double kittens connecting. Vickers is still in the scene though. Making use of the smoke nicely though is Elpern. Good attack ground there through the trees by the Comet, pulling back now with the P4. Oh, Sturm Tiger came forwards. Attempting to target the machine gun, but well done there by IncaUna dodging that. Now Comet pulling back. I feel like IncaUna just needs to hang on here for a little bit longer, and once he gets the second Comet, he's going to be in a really nice position to overwhelm Elpern. But if Elpern is, strong with the Raketen positioning, if he's well protected with mines, maybe he'll give these Comets a hard time. Double AT gun sitting up on the P4 here, but both missing.
We're losing a capture point.
Connecting once now. Comet speeding around. Artillery getting dropped from the Panzer IV on the AT guns, and it looks like IncaUna didn't notice. Luckily, kind of targeting right between the two AT guns. They don't take too much damage, but very easily could have lost both of them there. The scatter on the shells went slightly differently. Sturm Tiger coming through. Whoa! I'm very surprised that got the wipe. That looked like it was going to maybe survive with like 3 models left, but here we go. Another wipe to the Sturm Tiger, and now elpern in a really nice position. IncaUna does have that second Comet coming through. Will that be enough to overwhelm? Haven't seen too many more mines from elpern as of late, but he still does have this far left-hand side pretty well covered. And looking for the crush here. Oh boy, but the double kittens are there. He's about to take a Faust? No, he doesn't have the munitions for the Faust. And there we go, main gun crit on the P4. Luckily the AT guns are nowhere to be found, still out. Well, I was going to say still out healing and reinforcing, but haven't done that. So elpern maybe a little bit lucky there that IncaUna left his AT guns back at base for so long. They weren't in position to return fire on the Panzer IV there. It very easily could have been a P4 kill. Booby trap down on the VP here. Around the corner with the Comet. And Comet pushing forwards aggressively here. Raketens repositioning. Starting to vet up quite nicely as well, these Raketens. This one's very close to vet 3 now. Sturm Tiger, oh, he's going looking. Looking to land a stunning shot in that Comet. Comet on the far side also repaired. IncaUna hasn't come forwards for quite some time with the sweepers though, so if he wants to get aggressive with these Comets, especially given how many mines he's already run into from elpern. Oh, speaking of mines, P4 hitting one here. Comet trading, Comet switching sides, now double Raketens chasing after this one. Sturm Tiger got the wipe on one Royal Engineer, but the P4 goes down and the Comet skates out of there, one shot from death. But really good timing on these Sturm Tiger shots. Trying to do them whenever elpern is stuck multitasking. It's resulting in quite a lot of success. Nice crew grenade there. Looking for the kill now on these 2 Raketens. That would be big. I'm surprised he didn't stay in there for the kill on that. Definitely should have stayed on top of that one. Because, you know, that's both Raketens gone. The only thing he has to worry about is a fresh tank coming through. But I don't think elpern really had enough time to build one. And the Sturm Tiger already shot its load over here, so... Slight mistake there from IncaUna, I think, not chasing after at least one of those Raketens and getting a kill on them. But not the end of the world. Oh boy. Another squad down. IncaUna almost with no infantry now. There's so many to the Sturm Tiger. To that grenade now. He is in trouble in the infantry department. One vetted up Tommy left essentially. And looks like he's thinking about sending the Sturm Tiger over to deal with this machine gun in the house. Double AT guns finally returned to the front lines. Probably should be camped close to the MG. Let's see what the... Okay, thanks to the IR searchlight, he sees that the double AT guns are out here. So he decides to pull back with the Sturm Tiger. And there we go, the IR searchlight making itself very worthwhile there, and now getting targeted by the infantry support gun because of that sight. Now that, you know, Map's starting to open up. A lot of these shrubs getting crushed. A lot of line of sight. Oh, here we go. Stoomtiger coming forwards. MG not jumping out of the building, and he loses it. IncaUna with bad priorities here. Comet taking a lot of damage. Those vet up Raketen spitting out so much damage. And there we go. The Jagdpanzer with the heat shells equipped. Making short work of that Comet. IncaUna just falling apart here in the late game. He does have vehicle crew repairs as well, which I don't think I've seen him use so far. One of the real features of this commander means you can generally get away with just like one squad of engineers, because you don't have, as I said, like a big off map to really blow your munitions on, so you might as well take advantage of the crew repairs in this commander. Going off, doing some good damage. Now IncaUna massively on the back foot after so many losses. And Jagdpanzer continuing on the aggression. The T-guns setting up. The Jagdpanzer clearing the arc and one of them getting decrewed. Jagdpanzer could go down here. No, the second AT-gun gets decrewed. Jagdpanzer goes down, but so is the Comet from the follow-up from the double Raketens. And now elpern with the salvaged IncaUna. I think I'm just going to call this a game. I can see the replay length is still very, very long here, but in my opinion there's basically no chance for IncaUna to come back here. But yeah, interesting strategy from elpern, making use of the IR searchlight here. It was actually very strong for him. Also making good use of the Stoomtiger. From IncaUna though, just very bad. Like, why? He saw the Stoomtiger coming in from a mile away, clearly targeting this building. Just didn't dodge. Just very, very bad. Couple of the other shots, you know, whatever, I can understand he lost the squad to the Stoomtiger in those scenarios, but yeah, not good, not good. And he had such a big lead at this stage, you know, with the triple cap, just camping out on the VPs. But ultimately, these double Raketens performing very, very well this game. elpern with very good positioning on them. Made a big difference. He has to drain through 370 VPs, which is why I think this game is so long. Despite Guna being so far behind. Yeah, very good positioning on the double Raketens in basically every engagement. And they started to get super nasty as they veered it up. And that just shut down the tank play from IncaUna. As I said, a real shame he didn't chase down that Raketen that escaped there. Might have, you know, might have kept this Comet alive, might have kept this Comet alive if one of those AT guns at least wasn't vetted up, so yeah. But yeah, I usually don't do this, but in this scenario I will cut this one short. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.